The Access media has been attacking Clair Obscur Expedition 33 for months at this point, but it's gotten really bad since the Game Awards, and the AI controversy that has surrounded this title has really done damage to their image, and now we're finding out that the director is admitting that they tried AI during the development, but they won't use it anymore because they were peer pressured. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community and my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I think AI is a fine tool when used in moderation. I don't think that it should be replacing human beings, but that's clearly not what their intention ever was, and anybody who pays attention to what they're saying can see that. But the media has gone after this title and these developers are really hard, and it just looks like they're sick and tired of this controversy following them. It seems that they are tired of all of this backlash that the media is really perpetuating against them, and now they're coming out and saying that it completely felt wrong and they're not going to use it in the future, which, hey, if that is really what they want to do simply because that is the decision that they've made, that's perfectly fine. I mean, props to them for not using it, but at the same time, it just feels very intentionally timed, like they're damage controlling, and really, I feel bad for these developers because we are not talking about a studio that's putting $100 million into a game. If using AI in moderation can help their project come to life and be a higher quality, then okay. If they are using things like AI placeholder textures, I don't think that that's a reason to cancel them. I think it's pretty ridiculous to be extremely upset over that, but there are a few different individuals out there who would disagree with that, and now they are facing really quite a lot of backlash because there are people on the left that they have been trying to appease with this move that are saying, oh, just own up to it, you're pandering, you're only making it worse for yourself. The people that you are trying to appeal to and that you are trying to apologize to don't accept apologies, and they are going to learn that lesson very quickly. So Clair Obscur's Expedition 33 director admits Sandfall tried AI during the JRPG's development, but didn't like it. Everything in the game is human made. When AI first came out in 2022, we'd already started on the game. It was just a new tool. We tried it and we didn't like it at all. It felt wrong. So they are admitting that they just were toying around with it. They were just trying to use it in some capacity. They didn't really like it, and so they stopped using it. But because one texture made it into the final release that they patched a week later, that means that now they are a target for cancellation, which is terrible. The media isn't going after, I don't know, Black Ops 7 constantly over their egregious AI usage. They're not going after Battlefield 6 over their AI usage. Sure, they might put up one article, but that's not the same as constantly hitting Sandfall Interactive. The reason why they're really targeting Sandfall is because they're ex-Ubisoft developers who are dominating the industry. They left the AAA companies to go and make their own title, to go and make their own experience, and as I've always said, without access, they are no longer the media. They need these large companies to stay in business so that they can continue to get exclusive interviews and information and these shiny, flashy press releases, and so they need to defend these AAA companies tooth and nail, even if it makes them look ridiculous. And a big reason why this entire situation is happening, why they felt the need to come out and make a statement, is because they were disqualified at the Indie Game Awards. This game is phenomenal. It is a high-quality, enjoyable experience. Really, it is a piece of art, in my opinion, and if a few AI textures is really where you draw the line, that's fine, that's your opinion. I personally don't think it is fair at all whatsoever to ignore the artistry that this game is and that was put into this title. I think that there are more reasons to praise it than there are to shame it, and really, the studio decided to come out and say this, and of course, the director decided to come out and say this is because the team now is facing so much backlash backlash and they're receiving so much heat. They already had a target on their backs because they are not part of the AAA industry, because they made this game that was absolutely phenomenal, that won all of these awards, that swept all of the award shows it's been a part of so far. And so when your game is disqualified over something like this, yeah, it does reflect negatively on the studio. And in the future, if they want funding, if they want to hire people, right, they're going to have to come out now and say, well, we did try to sort of damage control this, and it makes sense why they, made this statement. But ultimately, the people that they're trying to appease are never going to like them, are never going to support them. And if somebody is going to say, oh, I want to boycott this game and I don't want to play your sequel because of AI usage, this apology or this statement is not going to make it any better, because they will never forgive you anyway. This is what the left does. They claim that they are tolerant, but really they are the most intolerant people on the planet. So in an announcement made on Saturday afternoon, 6-1 Indie, the creators of the Indie Game Awards, said that its removal comes after the discovery. After voting was done and the show was recorded, the Indie Game Awards have had a hard stance on the use of Gen AI throughout the nomination process, and during the ceremony itself, when it was submitted for consideration, representatives of Sandfall Interactive agreed that no Gen AI was used in the development of Clair Obscur Expedition 33 in light of Sandfall Interactive confirming the use of Gen AI on the day of the Indie Game Awards 2025 premiere. This does disqualify Expedition 33 from its nomination, which is so sad because it did deserve to win. It was better than all of the other titles on that list. But ultimately, you can't appease everybody. And this award show is filled with virtue signaling activists, clearly, because they did disqualify another game over the publisher of the title's stance on Trump. I will link that video that I did down below, but clearly they're just trying to get attention. And so they probably saw an opportunity to get attention if they disqualified Clair Obscur. They probably don't care if it's positive or negative. Either way, looks really bad. And now that Sandfall is coming out and clarifying, there are a lot of people that are very mixed on this. I understand why. I personally think that their game was phenomenal. I don't think that they should have really felt the need to apologize, because the people that they are going to try to appease are not going to forgive them. See, it felt wrong. Yeah, okay, just own up to it. Makes it worse if you pander. E33 had the best AI policy in the industry, literally better than Nintendo. Sad. So they got disqualified from the Indie Game Awards for no fucking reason. Bro realized the admiration of internet losers means nothing and caved once the backlash got too big, which this, of course, is just some random on the internet making this statement. He says that the admiration of internet losers mean nothing, even though there are millions of people admiring this game, because it is absolutely fantastic. We are entering the era where no AI is the flex, and I do agree. I view games differently when they use a lot of AI versus when they use no AI, but at the same time, if you go to Google and you type in, what is a woman, right? Google's AI is going to instantly pop up and tell you a summary, so that technically constitutes some form of AI usage. I mean, we are going to see another tier of individuals that are going to be like no AI elitists, which is probably going to be insufferable. The game's success stands for itself. There is no need for explanation. Good job, Sandfall team. I'm pretty sure when AI came out, everybody had tried it out in their game developments, and I would bet money on this that most large companies, most small companies, most developers were interested in using AI as a tool, and a lot of the games that are coming out now probably did, yes, use it in some way, shape, or form during the development process. Are they all going to be canceled? Are we going to go on a witch hunt against developers who happen to test out AI as a tool? We shouldn't, but there are going to be people out there who are always looking for a reason to attack these studios. So yes, the director did say that they tried AI during the development but didn't like it, and while this is a perfectly fine statement, I do think that they really felt peer pressure because so many activists are going after them now, and I can't say I'm surprised, but it is just sad to know that their game is being really, in my opinion, unfairly attacked because they used a tool. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.